Welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show, sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you have storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, give our good friend Jeff Hedrick a call. 524-5888. Coach, we're here live tonight at La Sierra, out here at Anderson Crossing Shopping Center in Andersonville. Coach, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule this week. It's been a crazy schedule. We've got homecoming, or not homecoming, but senior night Friday night. So a lot of preparation, a lot of planning in for that. We got the Halloween entrance everybody's looking forward to and talking about. So exciting Friday night.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Appreciate you joining us right there. Let's get into the Gibbs game. Talk a little bit about that. What an unbelievable outing for the team to come out and just explode in the first half like that. And 56 points in the first half. Let's go.
Boys played well from the get-go. Started with the fireworks show.
Yeah, boy, what a great one. Russ, he put one together Friday night now.
Yeah, they did a good job getting all the lights knocked out.
Really great.
Fireworks, everything was just great. Chris Moo, he's kind of behind the scenes doing a lot of tech work for us for the Jumbotron and things like that.
Did a great job. A great video right there, kind of introing the guys.
Yeah, he puts time in the week, making videos, getting the guys to be a part of that. And
they're working on one today, I think, after practice. I think they were putting one together. Like I said, the Halloween show is always a highlight. Everybody comes to see that. It's going to be fun.
So it was a great intro, great night, packed out. Ended up being beautiful weather.
Yeah.
You know, we all thought all week it was going to be a downpour. We're going to be playing in cold, wet rain. And ended up being just as perfect a Friday night as you can get. Great fan support for us and Gibbs.
Yeah.
Gibbs fans left a little bit early.
Yeah.
But
they did.
But just a great night, and you know we come out in our new white helmets and the all black unis, and the guys were always excited. And a shout out to Coach DT Dwayne Terry,
getting all those masks
took all
changed
fall
out.
break and put. I mean, it's no small task.
It was his pleasure. He enjoyed it, I'm sure. He'll tell you.
He was ecstatic, smile on his face the whole time. But you were right there with him, putting the stickers on, and him putting face. I mean, that's a lot of work for 100 helmets, that kind of thing, and you know, appreciate E2 going out of the way to get his face mask in for us.
Getting that.
Adam and Mark, they do a great job. We call them with projects on the fly, and
we need this by Friday.
We told them when they got us, we're like the pretty girl in school. We're high maintenance, but we're worth it.
100%.
They've taken that challenge on, and you know we give them a lot of projects on the fly, and they always come through for us.
Sure, we did it with that one. Did a great job. 97 Sports got our stickers right there for us.
Did a great job.
Doug Carter out there does a great job. If you need a sticker for your helmet or just need a sticker for your car or anything like that, he does that stuff. Does a great job.
So great helmet. But anyway, saying all that, a lot went into Friday night other than football. Band was great. But as soon as kickoff came on, I think our kids were motivated.
Yep.
You know, we've talked a lot to them over the whole course of the season. Less about a state championship and more about the immediate of winning a region championship, and put ourselves in position to go fight for a state championship this year. And
Coach, you talk about region championships. Let's take just a brief moment and talk about that. That's 7 in a row. That's 2000 from 2016. 17 was the first one. 18, 19, and I think about Dalton Wilson, those guys, that group in 2017, Thomas Roberts, those guys, they led that group right there, and then the 18 team was just phenomenal talent team. Trey Noe, Brian Moog,
but
Mike
even past that, from like you're saying, from 17 on, our program has been dominant. But if you've been here, we've been here since 2009. We know the work that went in to get us to there.
Yes.
So much work behind the scenes, building infrastructure, working with the community, and
getting
seeing
the little
things
guys
grow,
plugged in.
Little kid by little kid.
They grow up into big teenagers.
Not by bringing masses of transfer, but by developing the kids that are 5 and 6 years old at Nagaf and Lake City.
It's a great
speed training, and it's been rewarding for us to get to see those kids grow and produce, and now our kids
kept me in a little bit of shape too. I've been able to that speed training. I love it on Saturday.
It used to be a big deal to see one of our kids get an all-state award. Yeah. And now our kids are 2, 3, 4, 5 kids a year getting all-state, and they earn it. Yep. Maybe more. But so our kids, because of the infrastructure we've built over the last 15 years, are getting the type of training here that kids are having to go in big cities and pay hundreds of dollars for. So.
Yeah, and you talked about going into the Chattanooga region in 2017. We made some great relationships and some great friends down there with those coaches down there as we were in that region for 4 years. And then we came up to the Knoxville region and basically just continued the same path.
Yeah, and that was rewarding too, because the knock was when we start dominating that Chattanooga region. Well, as you're playing in Chattanooga, you're not playing the Knoxville
playing in Chattanooga,
schools.
Not playing in Knoxville.
And we come to Knoxville schools and we beat them just as bad.
Yeah.
And won our first state championship and went 15-0 and beat the best schools in Tennessee on the way to doing it. So we've really validated our program in the last couple of years as not just a 4A, not just a Chattanooga, not just who we're playing, but as far as 4A goes, we're one of the top 3 programs in the state of Tennessee right now. Us, Elizabethton, and Greenville. Pearl Cone at the moment has as good a team as anybody in the state of Tennessee have the last 2 years.
They are.
But as far as winning them and being there year in, year out, us 3 have been the best for a decade now.
East Tennessee football, I mean, it's a physical game on the eastern side of the state right there, and that carries over into the state championship game every time.
But that is our 7th region championship in a row.
Yeah, undefeated in the region, not just the region championship, undefeated in the region since 2016. It's a milestone, it's historical, and it'll be there for the rest of time.
Yeah, when you're talking those type numbers, you're talking Maryville in their prime and Alcoa in their prime.
Yeah.
Never losing a region game, region championships almost as a given.
Yeah.
And we're not Maryville, we're not Alcoa, we're not a city school with a surplus of kids and infrastructure. That's an outlier compared to what we play.
Right.
Historically, we have been competitive with the Gibbs and the South Dulles and Carter type schools. In 2012 we lost to Carter.
Yes.
2 years in a row. So
sure.
Those schools haven't really went anywhere. It just shows the progress that we've made and hopefully continue to make. But so I'm extremely proud of our program. We don't take those region championships lightly. I think prior to 2013, our school had one region championship. We've got a lot of history.
Yeah.
I played on a lot of good teams here
really
myself.
Good teams, yeah.
But we didn't win a region championship. In 1998, I think we won one on the field and had to have some forfeits and had that one taken away.
Yeah.
So, to win one in 13 against Maryville and Oak Ridge and lots of those schools, and now to have 7 more on top of that in a row is quite a accolade for our program and our kids.
Sure.
And it's really become a mindset with Anderson County football and our players where
the standard
they do expect to win.
Yeah.
And we tell them you don't have the right to play any less than the groups before you. You're playing for more than just yourself. You're a part of this program, and that's an honor. And you're seeing our work ethic grow, our toughness grow, our confidence grow year in, year out. And it started with kids in 2009, but really that group in 2017. With Trano, Ryan Mood, Stan Martin, Mikey Carroll, Dalton Wilson.
Yeah, ramped it up.
All them guys did it as a class that just raised the bar, and nobody wants to let it fall.
Right.
So.
They don't. They'll fight for it.
Saying all that, we go into Friday night with the chance to win our 7th, and our kids were excited about it, took it serious, and Gibbs we said last week Gibbs was ranked ahead of us.
Yes.
The boys, I think, took that personal.
They did.
Took it
in practice all week.
And really showed, the difference in our schedule and theirs, and playing the Beardens, playing the Pals.
Yeah.
And really showed right now there's a clear difference between us and them and most of the 4A schools. I still think there's a huge gap between Anderson County, Greenville, Elizabethton, Pearl Cone, and the rest of the state of Tennessee in 4A right now.
Right. You see there's the 4A rankings right there. We weren't on there last week, but we're on there this week. And there's some familiar teams on there, Elizabethton, Greenville sitting there. We'll get opportunities to meet those guys. Pearl Cone, like you mentioned, they're sitting up at the top, number 1 right there, 9-0. So Upperman's 9-0 too in the Middle Tennessee area right there. So excited to get through the process in the playoffs right there, Coach. With the region championship, you get to host the first 2 rounds of the playoffs right there. We'll have them at home.
In the big scheme of things, I think that was the big thing. We want to win a region championship. It is a milestone that we don't take for granted, but at the same time, it's a must in having a shot at winning a state championship. You got to be home those first 2 rounds. Our road to a state championship is probably the roughest because we will have to beat Greenville and Elizabethton along the way. Where those 2 will only have to play us, whichever one. So that's a tough gig.
So there's another couple region games, big region games coming up. I know Elizabethton and Greenville, they play Friday night.
They play Friday night.
It'll be a huge matchup
so
right there.
So does Northview Academy and Sullivan East, and I think we'll play the loser of that game.
That game so comes to Anderson County first round. There's still a lot to be settled
there. I think our region is pretty much set. Getting back to that Gibbs game, we come out on fire. We'll talk offensive first if we want to go ahead and play those highlights.
Let's get some highlights rolling. I can't wait to relive this. Here we go. We'll start on offense right there in the black uniform right there.
So very first drive, Coach
Davey James
gives a little
toss
sweep
to
the body to Davey James.
And gets it again, another one right there. And down the sidelines he goes.
He is an electric football player.
Anytime he gets the ball, Coach.
Anytime he touches the ball, great things happen for us. Little inside zone play. Nick moves looking better and better and better.
Right there
very explosive. Great job by the OL, whether it's run or pass.
Pass right here. And extends the pocket, gets around right there. Maybe a little more running than you like him to do, but he gets a little time and makes a nice throw to Dalen Cole right there.
And we got on him on the sideline. He turned an ordinary play and an easy completion into a play only a handful of people in the country can make.
Trent Strickland on a little.
A little RPO right here. We got run past that called, and they fit the box, and Zay makes a great throw. Trent Strickland makes a good catch and run. And same thing here with a little RPO.
Touchdown of the night.
Zay makes a good read, reads the backer, gets it to X, and X makes him score. Here we got LaRue on a second and long, and man, clearly the fastest kid on the field Friday night.
Before you can move right there for sure. Yeah. So
another RPO right here. Hits X and a seam.
Yep.
A lot of big plays on offense. Great run by Nick Moog here.
What a move.
He's really, you can see he's got more pop in his step, being fresh again, making a lot of people miss and being powerful at the same time. Great job by the OL, and you know, whenever Nick's close to the end zone, you know he's going to find it.
Right there. Back out there at midfield. Coach, we were on midfield a lot. I don't remember being on our side of the field very much.
Yeah, we got another RPO called, and they're worried about Nick, and the outside backer fits, and Zay pops up and hits Strickland. Coach Chow wanted to give Strickland a chance to get in, gives him a little toss sweep here, and great blocking on the perimeter, and just too easy for him.
Yeah, great job right there, for sure.
We get the ball back. Nick Moog, I think we may have went for 2 there.
Three times?
Yeah, Nick had 3 touchdowns. Yeah. Coach Chow calls a little post wheel on the backside. LaRue comes wide open. Zay sees him. Great throw, good pass pro, good call by Coach Chadwell.
Great job getting the ball.
Offensively, you know, we were scoring fast and I wouldn't say easy, but I think at this point we've already got our younger kids in. I think that's Talon on the run there. Yeah. Talon came in and ran the ball well. Yeah. Here we got LaRue, and
seems one right
there. I was nervous about it. We spent the last 10 minutes in the second quarter trying not to score, to be honest. And I tell you that LaRue's so dangerous every time he touches the ball.
That's Reese Russell right there, Coach.
Yeah, Reese Russell. An RPO. We were trying to keep Zay in just to orchestrate the offense, but they were taking some late shots on him, so we had to get him out. Yeah. Here we got inside zone. LaRue just outruns everybody to the end zone. Here we got Mason in.
Mason Eckerson, freshman.
Yeah. Freshman,
great run.
Did a great job.
Oh yeah,
running the offense, made us some big throws.
He did.
Tough, savvy kid. You know, we still called the game even with him in.
Logan Crumpley right there
in a conservative fashion, trying to, you know, not rub salt in the wound too much. We're basically up 55 with about 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, and
great throwing
good job by
Bennett Campbell.
Yeah, Bennett Campbell with a big catch there.
Great job getting up the field right there, get the ball, get vertical right there. Great coaching point. He takes that and gets it done in the.
This is a good throw.
Eckerson again.
And here's Elijah Johnson. Really,
he's a big kid, Coach. A freshman, 6 foot tall.
At least 6 foot, 6'1", and you know he's
athletic.
He's a lot faster than people realize. You know, in practice just last week, he ran right by our top corner and press man and caught a 50-yard go route, and that's no easy task.
He did. All right, let's get some defense here.
So
here we
go. Really was lights out.
X up there with a great tackle.
I only remember 1 first down, and I think that was due to a false start.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
Their back was really good, number 5 right there, and we just come up and chop him in half right there. Great job.
They move him around, trying to get him the ball in space.
Here we
he is
go.
one of the better ball carriers
again
in the Knoxville area.
And we're there to take him up.
Yeah. And you can see he's making us miss. But the big thing is we got people getting to the football.
Sure, I love
just too many of us everywhere.
Coach Lambert talks about that.
Riley Wolfenbarger.
Oh, what a game.
You know, we had stressed all week, and Coach Vance Barrier done a great job in Indy with those corners.
35-yard touchdown
working tunnel screens. They got us on a couple of them last year. 2 long touchdowns.
Let's look at it again.
And Riley's impressed man plays it and trust his eyes and breaks on it and just outfights the kid, gets a pick 6. Gets another pick later in the game, gets us down.
Everyday drills.
Down to the 2.
Those, moved over to a game setting. He did it.
Yeah,
Kevin Pike comes up there at corner. Good job right there.
Another one, just the whole defense setting the edge, and you know they'd really hurt teams with the jet sweep and things like that. Here we got Cody Miller coming up, setting the edge. Great hit by Cody.
Yes, sir.
You know, again, we talk every week with Cody Miller and Landon Eagle just continue to get better and really solidifying that defense.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk about that front 4 every single week with Eli Nelson and Davis and Bradshaw. Yeah, just phenomenal game.
Try to get us on a go route right here.
Yeah, they run a little bubble go and check it down. We get some pressure on them.
Riley Wolfenbarger back again. There he goes.
Yeah, up for player of the week this week. 2 picks, 1 pick 6.
Great night for the secondary on the back end. Worked hard this week.
It was good to see Riley with a big night. He's really been plagued with injuries the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And first time he's got back healthy, and even being healthy right now, he really injured up till the first game. So
yeah, ball popped out right there. We were able to get that ball back, get back on offense.
To see him finally get healthy and get in the game and
sure.
just get a play at the level that we all know he's capable of.
Yeah.
So again, here,
that's a great job.
That's Taylor Davis.
Taylor Davis. We say his name every week, Coach. He's all over the place.
We're always yelling at him or for him.
Yeah.
But his energy is contagious, and his toughness.
Doubt. Sure is.
When you play that aggressive, sometimes you make some mistakes as far as
play Nick Moog on defense.
Moog, yeah.
Coach, we got Nick Moog up for Mr. Football. We'll talk about that in just a few moments too. But boy, what a night he had. He did a great job on offense, and there he is on defense making tackle again.
Really, I think going in, our plan was to try and get Nick going a little more.
What a shot.
I don't want to say unfortunately, but Gibbs trying to load the box to slow him down.
Yeah.
Really just they didn't stop him, but in an RPO style offense, they were pushing the ball to the perimeter in the pass game.
Guys on defense right there doing a really nice job.
Yeah, that was encouraging too. Young guys come out and played well.
Yeah.
They did get a score late. We had subbed down.
Maggie 76 doing a great job out there.
But offense, defense, both sides played about as good as you could ask.
Yeah.
I think defensively, the thing that was continuing to be encouraging was not just the effort, but the physicality.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I like it.
Yeah, playing Knox West, when you go in and you win that game physically, and you're the aggressor, and you're laying the wood.
Yes,
that's saying a lot. And then to carry it over this weekend to Gibbs, and not just tackle them, but you're chopping them down play after play, and you can kind of see the air leaving them and the life leaving them. Like, man, this ain't worth it.
Right.
And that's what you want as a football team and a championship football team. We know what's waiting round 2 and 3.
Sure.
And nobody's tapping in those games.
Right.
You got to be physical. And
excited
you got
about it. Yeah. Ready to want.
Special teams played well again. Kickoff team, we had a couple of coverage busts there, overrun the ball carrier.
Yeah. We worked that a little bit this week. We're gonna get a little better at that.
Yeah. I think we were maybe a little over anxious.
Yeah.
And just run past because the guy hit it hard. But,
he did. Number 5's good for them, Brock. He's a really good football player. Got vertical quick right there, and he got down the field on us, but we were able to track him down before he got in the end zone. Give our defense a shot.
But overall, great outing for the Mavs. Great to win our 7th region championship. Great to show East Tennessee that Anderson County hasn't went anywhere.
Right.
We're still, as far as 4A goes, as good as there is out there. That don't mean you're going to win it all, but
it didn't take long for folks in the media to notice when we won that game right there that they had
schedules
kind of looked us over a little bit.
Schedules in East Tennessee can be misleading.
Yeah.
We've been good for almost a decade now, and not many people other than you and me can appreciate how hard it is for us to put a schedule together. I mean, we've got 5 games where people have to play us in a region. And after that, we're left talking to Alcoa, Maryville, Innsworth, Baylor, and people like that.
Yeah. Just to fill a schedule.
To fill a schedule, we're to the point now that we can't get the Halls and the Oak Ridge and the Campbell counties and the teams that we've naturally played for the last 30 years to play anymore. And we're left playing a really tough schedule.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule.
We don't necessarily want to go to Science Hill and Bearden, but it's great football. But if we had one of those schedules, you're sitting here 10-0,
sure.
That kind of thing. Sure. But I like where we are. I like the tests we've played. I like the caliber of football games that we're playing on Friday night, where we're playing 6A, 5A powers and packed house, state media attention, because that's what big time programs do.
Sure, I love it. Me too. I'm a big fan of it. Coach, speaking of state, before we take a break, let's just take just a quick moment. Recognize volleyball. They were down at the state tournament down there, did a great job, finished up down there.
We brag on our program. Those guys have been good since before I was in high school. Just fighting for region for them is almost a given.
Back down at the state tournament again
every year.
Yeah. And Coach Smith and her group, congratulations to them.
They went congratulations, down there, did a great job. Smith. Great players.
Coach Curtin, we've had him on, and his team, girls soccer, almost made it to. They were 1 game shy of going to the state tournament down there Saturday.
How many region titles is that for those guys?
I think it's 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah.
It might be 6, it might be 5 or 6. It's either 4 or 5 or 5 or 6.
Cross country team right now.
Cross country today qualified. Coach Wallace got girls and boys. Both girls and boys teams are heading to Nashville next week for state tournament right there. So that's fall sports is killing it in Anderson County right now.
And one thing you can say I've seen grow at Anderson County, and I hope we've had a lot to do in the culture changes. when we got there, sports at Anderson County was still almost an intramural type thing where you showed up in that season and play.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of work in, but you're getting to the point, you know, I see cross country, I see these kids out running on their own year round. I see baseball's working year round, but, you know, just our kids at Anderson County are understanding the work it takes to be successful.
And I think, you know, nobody wants to be the group that didn't make it or didn't get an opportunity to play for a championship. And
there's a lot of peer pressure at Anderson County to be successful from other programs.
I love it.
I've got weightlifting third block, and I was listening to softball and baseball fight it out over who's going to have the better year. You know,
I love it.
I like that kind of competition where, you know,
Me too. Me too.
Success is expected, but at the same time they expect it because they know the time that goes into getting there.
Sure. All right, Coach, we're going to take a quick break here. We're live at La Sierra out here in Andersonville at the Anderson Crossing Shopping Center. If you haven't had dinner yet, come on out here and join us. The Davey Gillum Show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Anderson County head football coach Davey Gillum, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we believe in turning moments into memories. From life's milestones and growing families, Ford is there every step of the way. 2023 Ford Bronco 2-door 4x4, $51,885. 2024 Ford Edge all-wheel drive SEL, $38,803. A 2023 F-150 4x4 Super Cab, $46,985. Local you trust, a new Ford your family can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
All right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show, sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you've got storm damage or just need somebody to come look at your roof, give our good friends Jeff Hedrick a call at 524-5888. We're live here tonight at La Sierra out here in the Anderson Crossing Shopping Center. If you hadn't had dinner yet, come on out here and join us. We've got a live crew out here. We've got a lot of MAV fans out there sitting at their tables eating right now. So come on out and join us. Coach, we are joined today by offensive coordinator John Chadwell. John, thanks for coming. I know you got a busy schedule too. Coach has got one. We've been playing senior night all week, and now getting yourself ready. You've been getting that offense ready and had a big, huge night against Gibbs. Talk a little bit about that, and then we'll move on to South Doyle. But talk about the offensive explosion we saw in the first half at Gibbs.
Yeah, it was. I mean, ultimately, it's about getting your players the ball and getting in the best positions possible for them to make plays. And as we've talked before, I think everything starts up front. But I will say this: I think that cog that makes the machine go is Nick Moog.
Yeah.
I mean, we do a great job from offensive line standpoint with Coach Branch and Coach Russ Gillum. But Nick Moog just does so much that probably people don't see.
Makes you right sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. He just – like,
you call the wrong play, he makes it right.
He can do it. And what you ask of him, like you can ask him to down block. You can ask him to lead block. You can ask him – he obviously carry the ball and go score touchdowns.
Sure. Or catch a pass.
He's caught
some of those screen balls. Those screen balls are
He's one of
great.
those guys, like, when the Patriots were rolling, he's what they call a football player.
Yeah.
Like, what you need, he can do. And that's just – I mean, it's a big thing for us because even though like he had 8 touches, he's just a threat at all times. But like if you go see our first big touchdown, we toss one to X, who's a tremendous athlete getting space. The guy leading around, that's 18 Nick Moog.
Yes,
you know, and our other guys did a phenomenal job on the perimeter. And I'll shout out Taylor Davis on that play, left tackle.
Yeah.
He works around,
Undersized.
looks back, and seals the guy, and then X obviously does the rest.
Really athletic,
and then, you know, Zay making plays, and then our receivers. And,
receivers blocking like that one on X right here. You'll see
downfield block.
You'll see 30 yards down the field here. Dalen Cole doing all he can to help spring this.
Yeah, still after it right there,
But that's what you want to see right there. That tells me teammates want to win football games right there.
Yeah, and that's, that's another guy's Dalen Cole. I mean, you know, he probably doesn't get enough recognition and congratulations for what he does on both sides of the ball, man.
He does.
He's just a ball player.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, that's who he is.
Right in the middle of it.
Yep, and I mean, he's going to be
in practice
where he
too.
needs to be. Yeah, and that's him. I mean, that's just, we got some great kids, and, you know, it's fun to call plays when it's going well. Everybody can do that, but you know, it's the adverse situations that we fought through and had to get to this point, and hopefully we'll continue
Coach, you
on
bring
with
it up in practice sometimes. I hear you, and you too, Coach. You talk about last year some of our best players, some of our guys that were, you know, they were starters out there running scout team. You know, Dalen Cole, he gets out there and goes against our guys sometimes when he's not on the defensive side. You talk about unselfishness and those type things. That's what great teams they got that woven into.
It's hard. It's been hard to do that every year. We've been here because of depth, but last year was the best we've ever had, just because of the depth. You know, you got 15 receivers.
I mean, it really was.
You got Jermaine, the best corner in East Tennessee, and Tate Russell. If he's not the best corner, Tate is, going against our starting offense and safeties.
Making it hard on
Izzy's on defense, so and Dalen's on defense.
And I love the back and forth when the ones go after each other a little bit. It gets the young guys excited about it.
You want them to compete. You want them to learn every rep matters, and you know, that's how you get better.
So
if
I heard
just
today,
going through the motions, nobody's getting better.
You talk about Eli Nelson, same guy today. He's on the defensive side going against the offense.
Coach Chavell made some strategic moves to get us a better look on defense by taking our top two linemen, Bradshaw, Nelson, putting them on defense a couple of days a week, repping some young guys, and making it more lifelike for us. And it definitely raises the level of competition and the whole energy to the
with
practice.
With the coach too, I think. Coaches and players getting after each other.
Oh
yeah, it was
Nelson
fun.
And Bradshaw have to get after.
That livens up practice, makes it go quick.
It does, and it's fun to be competitive with them. Those two, I mean, they're just, again, really good football players. They're really good kids that you can have fun with. They don't take it past where it should take. And,
the 5-minute periods, they disappear when you're having fun out there and getting after it and competing like that.
No doubt.
And like I said, it was
That's
fun
what you want from a practice.
Sure.
I mean, you want it to be
We've had some
competitive.
great ones just like that.
We'll get back to Nick Moog here for a minute. He's going to be making a push for Mr. Football here over the next few weeks. And he'll have a legitimate shot at that award.
He'll be a 1,000-yard rusher after this game, I would suspect.
And he'll be a kid that has got numbers on both sides of the ball. 18
touchdowns right now, just rushing. I think he's got 4, 5, 6, something like that, receiving. So he's
the only thing that may limit Nick is missing those 2 games.
Yeah.
And then the fact we've been so well rounded in some of the games. You haven't. Some of the other kids, like Gibbs, is making a push for their kid.
Sure.
They got one kid getting all the yards, all the carries. Zay's going to throw for
he's
roughly
at 2,800 yards, I think, right now, and he'll be at 3,000 by the end of the game.
X has got 1,000 yards. Dalen's got, Trent Strickland. There's a lot more to offense in one player. LaRue's got yards. I mean, so there's a
look at that 5-star preps list. It's littered with Anderson County at multiple. Every time you go to the different chart right there, you see something.
I think Jesse and some of the guys that do the voting though understand the value in a Nick Moog.
Yeah.
And he's got a name.
2022 state champion MVP too.
That's the big thing.
Carries that with him.
Once you can recognize it's bigger than what he is, bigger than what stats say.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me.
Sure.
Like, I mean, again, there's not probably too many players around our area you can ask to do all the things we ask him to do, and he executes every one of them at a high level. I mean, that's Nick Moog. He might. I hope he gets Mr. Football, but it's kind of like I said about Walker Martinez. He's Mr. Anderson County, one way or the other. Right?
100%.
So,
the one thing I think, the other thing Nick's got going, other than he's got the name, Nick was a name brand guy last year that's top of the food chain in the state of Tennessee, winning the state championship.
Yeah.
Really carried the mail most of the season. till Gavin's back healthy, and then they split time. But you know, even when they're splitting time, they both are dominating. It's not one or the other.
Yeah.
So everybody in the state of Tennessee knows him. The kids I know right now that are in that Mr. Football category are one-way players.
Yeah.
And you can make the argument in that one way, Nick's better than all of them. But I don't think anybody can make the argument as far as value, both sides of the ball, leadership, all them things, that anybody's even close. So, you know, some of that becomes political and press and things like that. So I don't know how all that'll play out. But I do feel good about Nick having a good shot at it this year.
Excited for him right there. It's going to be a great opportunity, and like I said, great recognition for Nick and our program right there to have somebody mentioned in Mr. Football.
Yeah, and then I think we know just from what we've heard from media, Zay will be in that category too.
Yeah. He's got great. He's
numbers
leading the
alone.
area. I mean, his 2,800 yards throwing.
Leading the state.
Nobody's close.
Passing yards.
He's 300-400 yards ahead of the second guy, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Maddox Cup from South Doyle, their quarterback. He's done a great job throwing the ball. Coach, if you want to transition over a little bit to South Doyle.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about going forward into the South Doyle defense this week, what you expect in coach. And, you know, they've had a little bit of a rough year over there, but what are they good at? What do you think what do we got to do good this week?
You know, honestly, I think from the standpoint of, I mean, to me, offense comes down to execution. It does come down from an offensive line standpoint. You got to be able to run the football first, and then, like you saw versus Gibbs, I mean, the threat of the run and what they had to do to stop us opens up the big plays, and you get linebackers misfitting. You get guys that want to get downhill faster than they should get downhill, and it opens up those big things. And we all know, I mean, like football, a lot of times as offensive coordinator or whatever league you're in, you talk about explosive plays, and the ability to run it gives you those explosive plays. Now, I do think from a defensive standpoint, they'll be a little more conventional and stay in a too-high shell and probably try to close windows a little bit more and not be as aggressive as Gibbs was. So it'll take a little more higher execution. You know, throwing the football, you got to be on time. But I do feel good about being able to run the rock, you know, downhill. Yeah.
So some things that have changed in football over the years. You know, a good run team, a team that you're going to play has to come in and say, you know, can we stop them in our base defense? And then if that answer is no, or they got to make adjustments, it's what do they got to do to stop the run?
Extra guy down, and then you.
Well, the way football is today, especially for us, we don't have to wait till the next play to call play action or boot. There are certain RPOs built into almost every scheme.
Yeah.
So if these guys are fitting too early or playing too close to the box on every run call, there's most of the time some kind of quick outlet that the read's already been made. And
that showed against Gibbs. We were able to do that.
That was the thing. We go into the Gibbs game, and it looked like they were and they should have been, very, very scared of the run. Backers playing very close to the box. Little surprised how far away they were leaving our slot receivers and things. And Coach Chattel, the RPOs he was calling fit that situation. And you know, I think we hit every one of them. I think we were 100% hitting those, and you know, they're just all big plays.
Yeah. Speaking of big plays, Coach, Liberty University last night, big plays. Your brother.
Absolutely.
Matt Furloff, Jamie Chattel.
Is he getting all of that from the Mavs, or where's he getting that?
I mean,
I know he's getting a helmet from the Mavs.
It's kind of like that Jim Harbaugh thing. I think he's got people watching.
He's got people
coming down
watching.
filming and stuff.
I see a lot of the plays last night that I saw last Friday night.
Yeah. I mean,
we sent one of our former players up there.
We did. Jacob Brock's up there.
Jacob Brock's up there working.
Give him all the Maverick secrets away, and now he's 8-0 up there.
I know. I love it.
He stole everything.
Conference USA. Let's go.
I mean,
he's did a great job.
Now they do a phenomenal job, and I'd say this, like for him as a football, obviously he knows football schematically, but what he does from a discipline standpoint and from an accountability standpoint is by far his strengths. Like, he does not care to confront if it is not his standard and what he wants. Right. And it don't matter who you are, whether, I mean, I had to tell him, listen, I'll call Mom. But he will call you out, and I mean, it can be coaches and it can be somebody that, you know, it just doesn't matter to him because there's a standard he's trying to go for, and he's going to hold you accountable to it. Whether it's players, coaches, does not matter. Equipment manager, you better be on your game. And really, it's an every day. I mean, he lives in the now.
Yes.
Like 8-0. it ain't gonna mean nothing to him because tomorrow, like I know
right
they got back
after it
on a
again.
Tuesday, and it was 5:30 in the morning, and when they
go
got
right
back
back
coming
at
off the bus, we're coming right back at it, and that's just, you know, he's done a phenomenal
Well, it
job.
shows
of that.
in his team and how they play too.
But it really, you know, growing up playing ball with Jamie, that's who he is. That ain't just
No,
his coaching
it is.
mentality.
It is.
That's who Jamie is. Jamie was a great leader growing up, and we all followed and believed in him. But he was, and he'll say anything to anybody. He's very direct.
I had a great video on social media the other day. The team was in a circle around the middle of the field talking about loving each other and caring about each other, and that being a pillar and a standard of a program, and that's what they were going to do.
But he's been through
going to be a family.
Quite a few programs now, and it is quite an attribute to him and all the things John's saying, because it's spot on. He has changed cultures almost overnight.
He's done a great job with that.
I mean, we know X and O and his attention to detail and all them things.
All those things matter.
But X's and O's are one thing, but changing culture in a lot of places that were somewhat toxic for you guys.
Sometimes, no doubt about it. And I'll say he's learned from each situation. And it's as Coach Gillum and all of his coaches talk, there's just such a balance to it. So you see he is have that accountability side and that discipline side.
Yeah.
And then you'll see after the game, they may have somebody coming in top rope, and those kids are having fun. And so there's a balance to it all.
But he's got it, and he's earned the fact that he's one of the top coaches in the country on any level.
100%.
You know, whether he ever wanted to leave Liberty or not, I think will be a decision him and his family make together.
Yeah,
but he'll definitly have opportunity.
It's a good fit. It's a really good fit for him.
Really great. I've been lucky enough to go visit up there, and I just was blown away and still am, and will always remember that place. It's been a really.
We just know it all started at Anderson County.
It all started right there.
It all started at Anderson County.
Yeah. Coach, we're going to take another quick break. Coach Chadwell, thanks again for taking some time tonight to come visit with us. I know anytime we have Mexican food at La Sierra, you're going to be here. So
ain't no doubt about it, baby.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have Coach Matt Sloan on, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Anderson County head football coach Davey Gillum, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we believe in turning moments into memories. From life's milestones and growing families, Ford is there every step of the way. In this pre-owned 2021 Kia Seltos all-wheel drive, $27,905. A 2019 Ford Raptor SVT 4x4 Crew Cab, $59,792. A 2021 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 Lariat Power Stroke, $62,945. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communications, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
All right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show, sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you have storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, give our good friends Jeff Hedrick a call at 524-5888. Coach, we're live again tonight, La Sierra, out here at Andersonville Crossing, out here in Andersonville. If you haven't had dinner yet, it's not too late. You can still get out here. We got a full crowd out here having a lot of fun. And Coach joining us tonight, defensive line coach Matt Sloan. Coach, you've been with us a long time. Thanks for taking some time out of your night away from your family to come visit with us on the show. Tell us a little bit about Gibbs, how you felt about that. I know it was a big deal for the D-line right there. They shut them out, did a great job stopping them up front.
Yeah, we played well. They watching them on film, we knew going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at us as far as trick plays and just trying to get out in the open field and do some stuff like that.
Get number 5 loose.
Yeah, get number 5 loose. He was a dynamic player, but we did a good job, controlling our gaps up front and making plays in the open field, making tackles, and just play well.
Everybody did their job well.
Yeah.
Almost everybody that played struggled setting the edge on jet sweep. We set the edge. We had good flow inside out. We had spent the whole week getting ready for trick plays. We knew that was coming. When they showed up, our backside guys were ready for reverse, ready for throwback pass, halfback pass, you name it. And really, they struggled to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they did.
In particular, you working with the D-line, probably one of the biggest keys to success for the defense, which has been awesome really all year. The first 2 games, I think, maybe even 3, as a whole team, we were growing. But really from that point on, we've really taken off, especially on defense. But D-line's really been special. You work with those guys. Got some good players over there. If you don't mind going a little bit of detail on that front 4.
Well, the first 2 you think about are Gavin, excuse me, Eli, and
still
stuck on Gavin. Yeah, that's right.
Hurts to lose
right. Grayson and Eli. Those guys play every snap of offense and every snap of defense. Basically, it's impressive.
Yeah, and I talk with guys on these All-Star games, and I think you can easily make the case for Eli Nelson being the best OL or DL. And I don't know what's Nashville West. I can only speak to what we've seen here. We've seen 2 great ones with Bearden and Knox West. But you can make a case for Eli being better than all of them.
I think so. Like the dude, he's so
Bradshaw's
powerful.
Right there too.
Oh yeah, Bradshaw and Taylor Davis has had a great year.
A little different, unique. He's a speed guy.
Yeah. But he's made a ton of plays. And Nelson, he's long and he's powerful.
Heavy-handed.
He gets people extended and comes off of blocks and makes plays.
And a lot of times in high school, you get guys that powerful that don't know how to use their hands. So that even though they're winning the push battle, they have trouble getting to the ball.
Right.
But Eli extends people.
He plays with a little edge too now.
Splits double team and gets to the football.
Yeah. The dude, he can generate a pass rush because he uses his hands so well. He chases the ball flat. Gets off blocks. Does all the things, and that's rare in high school.
It really
find
is.
a kid that can do that.
It really is. And we talk amongst ourselves, but really, we've had some great players over the last 15 years. But if you start evaluating individuals, he
could play on any team we've had.
Oh, he's right up there.
I think he could play on the teams in the 90s. He had some great teams in there. I think Eli Nelson played. He fits right in with those.
One
guys.
thing that transcends from Eli to get to what you're saying, as opposed to some other kids, is he's a football player.
Yep.
I mean, he is tough. Like a Trey he likes being physical.
Yes. His helmet's beat to death. I got a new mask on there. He's already scratched it to pieces and got it bent up in one game.
And we've asked him to play all over the line too. He'll play inside and take on double teams. He'll get on the edge and rush the passer, like I said. So.
And we give him a hard time.
Oh yeah.
And, he takes it well. He gives us a hard time.
Yeah, that's right.
Today in practice was great.
But Grayson give it back. They'll give it back to you.
But when he come in as a freshman, he was still in tight end denial. He wanted to be a tight end. But we always knew he was really good. And he really stuck out as a freshman faster than I think even he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And we quickly saw he was going to be a dude and that kind of thing, and started working him in the mix. But we would stay on him about his practice habits. He was what we call a gamer.
He is that.
He drive you crazy in practice, and the games he's big. But really, he's made a jump. Last year, last off season, being a leader, him and Grayson with the young kids in the weight room, even he was the motor. Like when Nick Moog was out and with rehab and things, Nick was always show up, but he's got maybe have rehab for an hour or whatever. And it was Eli and Grayson that were really the vocal leaders and the motor leaders for our team. But he's really taken it to a new level.
Yeah.
And
all-state caliber kid for sure.
Absolutely.
I hands down.
Yeah.
If he's not, I don't know who is.
It reminds me a little of Matt Pike. You remember, Matt Pike was so lazy sometimes in the weight room, but he said, "Coach, wait till we put the pads on. Wait till we put the pads on."
Back then, we were younger coaches, and we we would ask our kids to go with no pads. When we weren't allowed to have anything but helmets on, we would ask them to be as physical as they should be with pads on.
Yeah.
And some lesser kids were more willing to be physical than Matt was without pads on. And we would rip his tail, and we would just tell him, you cannot play here.
Yeah.
And he just very calmly would say, Coach, just wait till we put the pads on.
That's right.
And then when we did.
First day with pads, he said, Coach, come here.
Yeah.
And that ball snapped, and
the guy goes 50 yards down the field dragging somebody down.
And we was like, we got it.
Nelson's a little like that. When the pads are on, he's going to hammer you.
Yeah.
But and you know, not to stay on him too long, but you know, he's a smart kid. He's a smart football player.
Yeah.
You know, offensively, knowing the different schemes, knowing how to execute double teams and this and that, does a phenomenal job. Gets a lot of our guys right, and then defensively, you know, he don't bust. He knows what he's supposed to do. So.
Sure.
And we've had some other guys come down and play on the defensive line in some sets and stuff. You know, Nick Moog, heard you guys talking about him. He'll come down and play defensive line and squeeze a down block and spill pullers and do some of that stuff.
When I see kids like Nick Moog, it falls into that Gavin No category, Eli Davis, where when I see a kid as thick and strong as Nick is, there's a certain confidence that comes with that. And, you know, there's nobody out there, whether it's O-line or, you know, especially any DB or anybody that wants to tangle with him.
Right.
He's a thick, powerful kid.
Yeah.
And all them guys, and again, we've talked about Cody and Landon's progress and how that's really solidified the defense. But we knew Moog on the outside, we knew Trent Strickland on the outside were players. We'll lock it down. Yeah. But that DL, we knew they'd be good. You didn't know going against a Knox West, against a Bearden, how that would hold up. Going both ways, where those guys were playing one way.
Yeah.
And not only have they got it done, but they've dominated.
Yeah, they have. Sure. They've really owned the line of scrimmage. Like you said, linebackers learning to fit and getting down, starting to get downhill. Definitely that West game, showing that they can, you know, they can compete at that level too. So it's been good.
Good stuff, Coach. You coach the wrestling team too. Y'all have had some great successes. We talked about some of the fall sports great successes. You've had 6 in a row.
Yeah, we're trying to keep up with football, trying to, you know, keep getting those district championships.
We'll go
there.
7 with football. Let's go 7 with wrestling too. You got a meeting coming up with some young guys, I think, in November, right?
The middle school and youth is about to get rolling. They're having a little informational meeting November 2nd.
Davey come to wrestling today?
He came to the meeting. I told him he committed to a week when he came to the meeting.
Coach, when's your meeting?
November 2nd.
Where's it at?
At the Anderson County High School gym.
Okay, if you're interested in wrestling out there, youth, middle school, come up and
I would say their Facebook page is where you can get the most information.
Let's go,
Anderson County Youth Wrestling.
Awesome, love it. So we'll get that started right there too. Coach, thanks for taking time again to come visit with us on the show. Coach, we're going to take another quick break. We got some players to bring up here. Who knows what's going to go on right there? We're excited. They just ate a bunch of Mexican food over here, so we're excited to get them up here. They're excited to be here. We'll be right back live at La Sierra in the Anderson Crossing Shopping Center.
Hi, I'm Anderson County head football coach Davey Gillum, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we believe in turning moments into memories. From life's milestones and growing families, Ford is there every step of the way. In this pre-owned 2021 Kia Seltos all-wheel drive, $27,905. A 2019 Ford Raptor SVT 4x4 Crew Cab, $59,792. A 2021 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 Lariat Power Stroke, $62,945. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
The
free medical clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
All right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show, sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you have storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, give our good friends Jeff Hedrick a call at 524-5888. I'm joined tonight by senior quarterback Zay Hall, senior running back Nick Moog, and senior offensive defensive lineman Grayson Bradshaw. Guys, welcome to the show. I know y'all got lots of homework y'all got to get done, so we'll make this brief, but I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to come up here. It's your senior season. Congratulations again. And listen, we don't ever make a region championship our goal, but it's certainly something during the off season that we're going to try to get every year. And you know this, and we've talked about it. It gives you 2 home games in the playoffs, first round, second round. What a great advantage. Congratulations to you guys as you congratulate your teammates, the guys that aren't up here tonight. I'm going to give you a few seconds just to talk about some of those guys. Zay, we'll start with you. Give you a couple minutes just to tell those guys who you're thinking about, who you appreciate. A 7th straight region championship, continue the tradition, continue the standard. Zay, who you want to thank right there?
I'd have to give a shout out to my whole offensive line.
Yeah.
Without them, I don't think anything's possible.
2,800 yards, Zay. That's a lot of up and downs.
Oh yeah, a lot. But I mean, without them, I mean, it's not going to happen without them. So, and then also my receivers, catching the ball, getting upfield. They did a good job of that.
Yeah, you mentioned the guy earlier. I saw an interview with you, and you mentioned the guy to your right there. Something about how big he was and how fun it was to be back there and know that he's beside you.
Yeah, Nick.
He's a big cat, right?
Yeah, it's when he's back there, it feels like I don't have to worry about a lot when he's back there most of the time. I mean,
right.
It's a big help.
He can make a wrong or right.
Yeah, big time.
Nick, what about you? Who are you going to talk to about tonight? You got some guys to thank for. Listen, you've got 18 touchdowns. I think you're second in the East Tennessee area right there with touchdowns on the 5-star prep stat chart right there. Just doing a great job. Almost 800 yards. You're going to get to 1,000 shortly. I can tell you. I'm very excited about that. Talk a little bit about that. And who you want to give a shout out to on that?
Well, going through practice, the scout guys, they really help us every year. Making our region championship 7 times in a row. Yeah,
your brother did it twice. Yeah. You've done it 4 times, so you got something on your brother right there.
It's really just how we practice. We come in. If you're not in the rep right now, you're on defense giving us a look if we're on offense.
Sure.
Or vice versa. We just got it with a good mentality that we need to get the best look we can to get a better feel for it for Fridays.
Yeah. Grayson, you've got these guys behind you right here. They've given you man, we appreciate you up front. You guys have done a great job up there gelling and getting better. Had some injuries earlier in the season. Everybody's healthy right now. Let's stay that way. How does it feel to have these guys behind you right there?
It makes my life a lot easier because when you have, an all-state running back behind you, you really don't have to block very long.
Yeah.
You don't have to do too well because he's going to find his own hole and go.
But you do it anyway, right?
Yes, sir.
You get him moved.
Yeah, and then having Zay behind us, knowing he can put the ball where it needs to be in split second, it makes my life a whole lot easier. And like Nick said, I want to give a shout out to our scout team, helping, giving us a look, and and the OL, those are my brothers, and they've really come far away from where they were from the beginning of the season.
Sure, no doubt. Guys, senior night is Friday night. It's a 7 p.m. senior night celebration, 7:30 kickoff, but 7 o'clock we're going to start senior night. I hope everybody will come out and see these guys. You want to give a quick senior shout out to somebody?
I'd like to shout out my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
Make everything possible.
Yeah. Nick?
I want to shout out my family, of course, and my coaches for everything they've done for
us. Your brother for beating you up all those times and getting you tough so you can come up here. He got to set it for you. You know what it's got to be.
Yes,
and you've carried it on. Two region titles for him, a state championship, and 4 region titles for you.
Yeah.
If you just had another brother, boy, that'd be awesome, right?
It would.
All right.
I'll shout out my family and all the coaches here. They really make us be men of character and really help us just be men of God. Really.
Yeah. Guys, while we're getting the switch over right here, we're going to have 3 more come on up. Guys, if y'all come up this way, just a quick reminder while we're switching up, that we will be having the senior night activities starting at 7 p.m. So if you want to see senior night, recognize these guys, we're going to kick that off at 7 p.m. The game kickoff will be at 7:30. So it'll be a fun night right there for our guys, and I hope everybody will come out and cheer these seniors on as they play their final regular season home game. I got 3 other seniors coming up with us right now. Yeah, Landon Engel is joining us right here, senior linebacker. Landon, you came to us from Central. We were glad to have you. You've done a great job. I know your junior year you played some special teams, got yourself involved in some things right there, and you have really bought into playing linebacker and really dialed in and had a great senior season. Congratulations, first and foremost. Tell us a little bit about what's happening on defense right there, what you're liking up front. You seeing those guys helping you out up there?
Oh, yeah. The D-line definitely helps me out. I mean, with Eli, Grayson, and Taylor, I mean, it's like super easy to just read my keys and just everything. So, like, yeah, they definitely make it way easier for me.
You know, I thought earlier in the season you guys had to gel and find out who was going to fit where and who was going to fit into their gaps, those type things. You've done a great job adjusting and learning. I think y'all are more comfortable right now than you've been all season, and that's testimony to your practice. Y'all have had some great practices. Today was exceptionally well. I enjoyed watching it. Like I said, it made the time fly. You did a great job today, practice. Dom McMillan, Dom, senior linebacker. Dominic, congratulations on a 7th straight region title. How's that feel?
Feels good.
Got 4 in a row, right?
Yes, sir.
Forever. Every time you come back on campus from now on after you graduate, you will then say, I am a 4-time region champion, a 1-time state champ, and now you got an opportunity to win a second one. How's that feel?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, a lot of hard work during the summer, during the spring, put in a lot of time. Josh Valero, man, number 4 with points this year. You're up 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there, I think.
Yeah, right up
the 8-7 game didn't help you stat-wise, but we were in a good ball game right there. Let's come back this week and get you in the top 2 right there. You got an opportunity. We'd love to do that for you right there.
Yes,
got to get Coach Gillum to let you go out and kick one of those threes, right?
I can only pray.
That's what we're asking for right there. So good luck with that, Josh. You've done a great job growing in our program. Did JV freshman, sophomore year, found your way on the field your senior year. Who do you want to give a shout out to for senior night?
Ooh, my mom and my dad.
Yeah. How about you, Dom?
My parents.
How about you, Landon?
My parents as well.
Awesome. Hey, we got senior night once again 7 p.m. on Friday night. Come up to Anderson County. We got some food trucks till 6 o'clock. Come up there, eat some food. Come up there, see these guys at 7. We got a giant fireworks show. Lots of fun. The Halloween intro. Come and see us. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Way to go.